In football, some names are just bigger than the game, but few are as tied to a single beautiful idea as Xavi Hernández. He was the architect of a golden era, a player who made the impossible look simple. But what happens when that pure vision, that ideal, smacks right into the messy reality of being the manager? That's what we're going to get into, the journey of football's ultimate idealist. And this, right here, this is Xavi in a nutshell. This isn't just some quote from a press conference. Nope, this is his mission statement. It's the philosophy that has driven his entire career, first as a player and then from the sideline. It's the standard, and for him, it's non-negotiable. So to really get a handle on the man, you've got to understand his blueprint first. We're not just talking about winning games here. We're talking about an entire philosophy, a belief in how football should be played. And that idea has a name you definitely know. Tiki-taka. The whole point is to starve the other team of the ball. It's all about short, quick passes, constant movement, and just complete control of space. When it works, it's absolutely mesmerizing to watch. Now, critics will say it can be boring, a little predictable if it's not perfect, but for Xavi, it's just, well, it's the only way to play football. You have to understand, this commitment to his idea started early, and I mean really early. He joined La Masia, Barcelona's famous youth academy, when he was just 11. So he wasn't just taught this philosophy, he was basically raised in it. It was baked into his footballing DNA long before he ever became a household name. And that philosophy, the one he learned as a kid, it became the foundation for one of the most unbelievable periods of success the sport has ever seen. As a player, Xavi's ideals didn't just work on the pitch. They powered a dynasty that was practically unmatched. I mean, just look at the hardware. 8 league titles and 4 Champions Leagues with Barcelona. Oh, and a World Cup and 2 European Championships with Spain. These aren't just trophies on a shelf. They're stone-cold proof that his beautiful idea of football could completely dominate the world stage. And he was the brain behind all of it, the maestro. Alongside the incredible Andres Iniesta and Sergio Busquets, Xavi was the conductor of the whole symphony. He didn't just pass the ball, he dictated the entire rhythm of the game. Always scanning, always thinking 3 steps ahead, playing the pass that you didn't even see was on. For over 500 games, he made sure that orchestra played in perfect harmony. But here's the thing, right? Being a genius on the pitch and being a genius on the sideline are 2 completely different ballgames. So, after conquering the world as a player, Xavi faced a brand new test. Could he translate that same vision from the middle of the park to the manager's technical area? So his journey starts as this young kid at La Masia, grows into him becoming an absolute club legend, and then you see this pivot. He heads to Qatar, first as a player, then as a manager at Al Sadd, which really set the stage for the moment everyone was waiting for, his emotional return to manage Barcelona in 2021. Now, his time at Al Sadd was super important. It was like his laboratory, a proof of concept. He wasn't just messing around, he was winning titles, implementing that same possession-based style. It really looked like he was destined for the top job back home. The problem was, the club he was about to return to was a shadow of the one he left behind. Yeah, coming back to Barcelona meant walking directly into a storm. And this is where the story gets really complicated. This is where the idealist's pure vision collided head-on with a harsh and unforgiving reality. The difference is just, it's stark. As a player, you had Xavi, the master of control, of tactical precision, of pure on-field dominance. But as a manager, he inherited a team plagued by inconsistency, handcuffed by serious financial problems, and buckling under the massive pressure to bring back the glory days like yesterday. But, even in the middle of all that chaos, there were these moments of absolute triumph. Leading that struggling Barcelona team to a La Liga title in 2023, that was a massive achievement. For a second there, it really felt like a beacon of hope, a sign that maybe, just maybe, the old magic was coming back. But that one league title, as incredible as it was, couldn't paper over all the cracks. The team's performances were all over the place. One week they're brilliant, the next they're putting in a baffling loss. The club's money problems meant he couldn't build the exact squad he wanted. And then getting knocked out of the Champions League early, again, just piled on the frustration. The pressure from every direction just became overwhelming. And that pressure, it had a very real, very human cost. With this simple, honest admission, Xavi kind of pulled back the curtain on the incredible burden he was carrying. It wasn't just about football tactics anymore.
It was about the sheer weight of expectation at the club he loves more than anything.
So, as his time as manager came to a close, how do we even begin to define his legacy? Because it's clear it has to be about way more than just a list of wins and losses. At the end of the day, Xavi's legacy is the idea itself. It's his incredible football intelligence, his humility, and that relentless, almost stubborn pursuit of a pure style of football. That's what he stands for, no matter what the final score was on any given Sunday.
See, his goal was never just to win games. It was to win them a certain way, to restore what everyone calls Barça's DNA. His time as manager was a rocky, often painful, attempt to bring that identity back to the club, to remind everyone what Barcelona once was and what it could be again. And that leaves us with this huge, fascinating question, a question that's bigger than just Xavi or Barcelona. In today's game, with all the money, the pressure, the demand for instant results, can an idealist truly survive? Can an architect's pure vision actually succeed in a world that seems to demand compromise at every single turn? It's something to think about.